विराट भाई, आपके प्लेइंग करियर में क्या विदेशी धरती पर यही सबसे बड़ी जीत है भारतीय क्रिकेट?
देखिए, तो आप लोग बता सकते हैं, क्योंकि एक महीना पहले तक हम लोग बहुत ख़राब टीम थे और अभी ऐसे सवाल पूछे जा रहे हैं, तो हम लोग ने अपना माइंडसेट चेंज नहीं किया। हम लोग सिर्फ अपनी क्रिकेट पे फोकस कर रहे थे और मैं इन सब चीज़ों में बहना नहीं चाहता हूँ कि ये सबसे बड़ी जीत है, नहीं है। हमारा काम है मैच खेलना, हमारा काम है मेहनत करना, हमारा काम है परफॉर्मेंस देना और कोशिश करना कि हम हर मैच जीतें। अब सबसे बड़ी जीत है या नहीं है, वो जिसने एनालाइज करना है, जिसने लिखना है, वो लिखेगा। हमारे लिए एज ए टीम एक ही मोटिव है कि हम 120% एफर्ट दें, प्रैक्टिस में मेहनत करें और टूर के हर दिन पे अपना माइंडसेट अच्छा रखें और प्रिपरेशन उस लेवल पे रखें कि हम जाकर मैच जीत सकें। और वो हमने अचीव किया इस सीरीज़ में और उसकी हमको सबसे ज़्यादा खुशी है। ये टैग्स और हेडलाइंस क्रिएट करना हमारा काम नहीं है और हमारा काम सिर्फ क्रिकेट खेलना है, जो हमने परफेक्टली एग्जीक्यूट किया इस सीरीज़ में।
Basically, although you said after the last match that you will play, you will want to go for the win. But normally, any captain would have actually experimented with some few other players. You've got people on the bench. But do you think that it is part of your intensity that you want to just finish off the series with a bang and not think about experimenting with the players on the bench?
There was only potentially one guy that we wanted to experiment with, which was Bhuvi, because his workload was immense. Bumrah is a world-class bowler in this format. It's a case of Bumrah is as similar to dropping a Shikhar Dhawan or a Rohit Sharma. No one will speak about those things. It's very easy to drop the bowlers. So Bhuvi's workload was massive, and the two wrist spinners deserve to play all the games because of the way they've bowled, and they've been one factor that has been in the mind of the opposition throughout. So we thought giving rest to Bhuvi was the ideal situation. Plus we want to strengthen our middle order, so giving them as many chances as possible is very important also. To Iyer, to Jinx as well. It's very important to understand that one knock can be a difference in someone's career. So just giving them one extra opportunity. So we discussed with the management, with the coach. Just one opportunity opened up where Bhuvi was feeling it in his body, and then hence the change. We didn't feel like we wanted to change something else.
Just a question about September, August, you started that phase of experimentation towards the World Cup. How far along would you say the team is now? Obviously, that question was asked before the season as well, but now the spinners have come and played. So how far along would you say, given this victory?
Look, we certainly feel really good as a team, but there are always areas, even when we win, we sit down, because no one has a perfect game, throughout. Even as a batsman, you know that some balls you were not in good position, so you want to correct that in the next game. As a team as well, you always make mistakes, even when you win, but the thing is that you capitalize on it and correct those mistakes very soon during the course of the game. So we'll definitely sit down as a team and figure out the areas that need improvement, the areas that need strengthening. I'm not denying that there are areas that need strengthening. We don't want to live in a dreamland where we don't accept our mistakes. We know as a team we need to improve on certain things, and we've identified those things. It's up to us to discuss and improve on those things going forward and solidifying those areas for us.
Can you elaborate on those areas that you've identified?
I don't want to disclose it. I don't want to speak about it publicly. It's a very personal thing about the team, and I don't want to say it in a press conference.
Ravi, this is for you. How big an impact has Virat had on this series as a batsman and as a leader?
Huge. You just spoke about intensity. Where does the intensity come from? When you have a leader like that who leads by example, the other guys jolly well follow. Otherwise, they know what to expect. So, that's the beauty about this team on this trip. Where I feel proud as a coach, about my boys is the intensity they showed. Even after being 2-0 down in the test series, for them to show that kind of character, to come back and win the test match in Johannesburg, on a spiteful pitch, and then to take that momentum into the one-day series and show the consistency, they've shown over the last, couple of weeks, is fabulous. And, their entire credit should go to the leader, because he's led from the front, first with his batting, and then, like I said, with the intensity, which makes other people in the team also up the ante.
And as a batsman?
Batsman, fabulous. Over 500 runs. Do I have to talk anything about that? Over 500 runs in 6 matches against a South African attack. Do I have to say anything more?
little bit, or rather, like, so if you could just.
I think even in my last stint, and Virat and me have always discussed that we need wickets in the middle overs. You know, we got to somehow be able to attack and find ways of breaking partnerships and not allowing the game to drift. So that was the idea. In identifying the right kind of people to do the job. And, you know, luckily for us, Kuldeep and Chahal have, you know, complemented each other beautifully. You know, they bring great variety. It's great for the viewer, it's great for the spectator to see that kind of variety when they come and watch a cricket match. Not just batting or fielding, but some classic spin bowling.
And you had also spoken about Bumrah last time, right? You said that, you know, for a long time it was there in the mind that he would be the surprise factor here. So.
I mean, the skipper just mentioned that he's a world-class operator across all formats. And, you know, he's just shown on this tour how quickly he's matured. You know, you can't imagine the first test in Cape Town was his debut. And you see him here today, he's gone through the 3 test matches, he's gone through the 6 one-day internationals, and he's not let up even once. So, which augurs well for us. You know, though we have to look after our fast bowlers and make sure that, you know, they're well rested at times as well.
Virat, I know you spoke about that those who write, it's their job to analyze and all that, but on a lighter note, you do this so often that, you know, we run out of words sometimes. So how would you analyze the knock that you played?
Look, as I said, I'm not going to give in to this. I know for a fact 90% of the people didn't give us a chance after 2 tests. I was sitting in the same room giving a press conference. So we understand where we've come from. You know, I'm not going to live in a dreamland right now and accept all the praise and sit here and feel good about this, because it doesn't matter to me. Honestly, it doesn't. It didn't matter when we were 2-0 down. It doesn't matter when we're 5-1 up. Because what matters is the respect in the change room. What matters is what the management thinks about me, what I think about the players, what the players think about me. And that's all that matters to me. You know, these things do not matter. I know the headlines change from day in, day out. Tomorrow I play a bad shot and get out for 0. Everyone will conveniently do what they want to do. So, as I said, it's not my job to say anything about what I do. Yes, if I make a mistake, I will come here and accept it. I've never been one to give excuses, and I will remain like that. But I'm never one to come here and praise myself. I can never do that because, as I said, this is a job for me. You know, I'm not doing anyone a favor. I'm representing the country. It's an honor for me, and I'm just stepping out to do my job.
I have a tip for you. If I was in your position, you know, I know what I'd be doing tomorrow. I'd be going into the bookstore and buying the latest Oxford dictionary, just to improve my vocabulary.
Coach, would you say Virat is the best player at the moment across all formats?
But I'm the head coach of the Indian team. When I see him batting like this, and I've seen him batting across all conditions, in all formats, and it's not just averages. It's the way you get runs, when you get it, and the impact those runs have on what the team does. I would safely say is the best batsman in the world now.
We'll take mine for you.
Okay, Virat, obviously a lot of people will be saying that this was like a subpar inside with Puff missing and Quinton Cock missing and a lot of new guys coming in that just came straight out of domestic cricket. Does that dampen the feeling of the victory a little bit for you?
Not one bit. You know, we had the same mindset when we played in Sri Lanka recently. We had the same mindset when we beat Australia. You know, when we beat Sri Lanka 9-0, everyone said it's a weak team. When we beat Australia, they still said, you know, Australia is not a good ODI side. Then we beat New Zealand. Then we beat Sri Lanka again. And we've beaten South Africa here again. So the focus has always been on the team. It doesn't matter to us who's playing, who's not playing. You know, whether the team is what is supposed to be or it's not in our hands, and it's none of our concern. We want to take the best team as far as we can on the field and have the best mindset to perform every given day that we represent our country. And that remains our mindset, regardless of what happens. You know, the ups and downs will always be there, but the intensity and the respect and the mood in the change room and the mindset to deliver for the team, accepting every situation as it comes, it's been the hallmark of this team. So regardless of what the opposition is like, you know, we always go out there and what's presented to us, we look to embrace those things and then put up our performances accordingly.
And also, in the Markham, as a captain, just your advice you actually give to him as a young captain coming in?
Look, it's not easy. You know, I understand it's not easy, especially when the results are not going your way. I've been very impressed with him as a batsman and as a captain as well. He's really composed of what I saw in the field. It's not easy when things are not going your way. but he's someone who doesn't seem to lose his cool, which I think is a very good thing. It's a very positive sign. He's obviously captain his province. He's captained the junior levels as well. So I would really suggest, people show patience with him, because he's potentially your next leader, and he's a top class batsman as well. It's a joy to watch him play, and he's definitely got the talent to dominate as a batsman, and he's got the right mindset to dominate as a leader as well. He just needs some time. I can totally empathize with him because I've been in that position. All I can say is that he's on the right track.
Last three questions.
Virat, I have heard you talk about the power of visualization before. Could I ask what you visualized before the series started?
Well, look, it's I obviously didn't have much time to prepare because I was doing something very, very important. I was getting married. So for 3 weeks I was totally away from the game, but at the back of my head there was always this motivation, that I just want to be in South Africa. It's embracing being in a difficult situation, and that's all we speak about in the change room as well. When things are hostile, when things are not going your way, you want to be out there in the middle rather than getting extra sleep in the room. So it's a very small change of thought, but that makes massive difference, because when you go out there, you either want to take up the challenge or you don't, and that can only come from here. The power of the mind is much greater than practicing hours in the nets. You might practice for 2 months, but if you're not game ready before the game, you're going to look like a fool. So I rather focus here a lot, because I understand that we play so much cricket that you don't necessarily need to go into the nets for hours and hours every day, but you rather tune your head, and then things happen on the field which even you don't expect, because you just want to be in the battle and deliver for your team. Come what may, in any situation, you just want to be out there and make sure you help the team win games, and that's always been my mindset, and that's actually been my strength as well.
Virat, you just said you don't really listen to the noises from outside, so your coach also just said you're the best batsman in the world. Is that something that how do you feel when people say that about you, and do you feel personally that you are the best batsman in the world?
Look, I'll be very honest with you. I don't at this stage I don't feel like competing with anyone. It's all about how I prepare before the game, what my work ethics are like, and how I'm feeling on game day. And my only motivation is to get into that frame of mind. I'm not competing with anyone at all. If anything, I only look to help my team in any way that I can. And during the course of that, I mentioned that before, if you're thinking about the team, special things happen. But if you're thinking about, being ahead of someone else, then you'll be found out very soon by this game, and then you're compromising on what the team needs as well. So, look, as I said, I don't want any tags. I don't want any headlines. I just go out there and do my job. It's up to the people to write what they want to write. I don't want to be called anything. It's my job. I'm supposed to do what I'm doing. I'm not doing anyone a favor, as I said. So I just want to be in the zone of working as hard as I can and trying to do the best that I can for the team, and then everyone's doing a job. They have the freedom to write and say what they want, but it's very important that I don't change with that, because my zone is very simple. It's simply doing hard work and performing for the team.
Ravi, where does this result and just the way the guys performed leave you in terms of your World Cup preparation?
Very good, because it's one step at a time. We've learned some good habits on this trip. Like I said, it's a young side. They've got a lot of tough tours coming up, and I think they've conducted themselves and they've handled themselves extremely well on this trip. One thing history tells me, I've been coming here since 1992. There's not one South African side in the world anyone can say is a weak South African side. You just look at their bilateral record. They're one of the great sides in bilateral cricket. Okay, I've followed this game for a long time. I've been a broadcaster as well, so I've covered a lot of South African games. I know how they play. So, I'd like my boys to enjoy every bit of this win, the series win. Whatever the scoreline is, they must enjoy it, because it doesn't happen every day.
Again, just enjoying, but again, just a very short turnaround to the T20 series. How important is it, and how will you look to carry that momentum into the T20 series?
He mentioned every day is a new game. It's a different format. You respect that format. Go in with the same ideology you went into the one-day game, and the work ethics will remain the same. And if you do that, then I'm sure the intensity will be there as well. Where's that Monga yaar? Not no question. You're my buddy. You don't ask any questions. Yaar. Huh? Right? It's gone all shy. Thank you very much, Monga. Thank you.
It's not a question.
Thanks.